Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. Good morning. Good morning. Going to talk to you folks today. they're they're always fixing some part of the road, and I don't know. It seems like every time I start these videos, I might be next to one of these loud trucks, if you will. Dreary morning. That's what you call a dreary morning in Pennsylvania, and it's okay. I want to show you the drive sometimes because I feel like we have enough of me. There's always going to be me and my talking head. But sometimes it's good to just, if you're a person watching the video, watching the journey to work and my thoughts. And again, this video you can always listen to. You don't have to watch it. I want you to hear me and understand my thoughts, my words, and how this may relate to you in your life. Had a conversation yesterday with my daughter last night, who's 10, and before you go to make judgments on her age and how young she is, a parent's job is to prepare their children for life. And we do that because we know that our time on this planet, our time on this earth is not guaranteed. We're not sure. Even if I'm 43, I'm not sure I'll make it to 44. Hell, I'm not sure I'll make it to tomorrow. Nothing is guaranteed. And when nothing is guaranteed, you have to prepare your children with the time you have, and also they have. There's very little time to prepare your children in life when you look at the grand scale of how much time you're allotted in life. Hold on. You only have a limited amount of time to teach your children in your lifetime, and most people take that for granted. They feel that they have an extended period of time in life, and we don't. We simply do not. We don't have as much time as we think we do. And with that time, with my PEMDAS system, the preparation, earnings, money, or mindset, determination, access, and success, when you relate that to children in a parent format, you're now faced with, you have to get all of this system in place before your children are going out into the world. And how do you do that? Some things in the PEMDAS system, you cannot go in chronological order according to, the PEMDAS methodology. You cannot do that. So you have to kind of use certain things I, as a parent, can put in place ahead of time. And that's what I was talking with my daughter. And she's in a highly competitive region. The couple nights before Monday night, my son Philip was acknowledged at the school board meeting at the high school for a citizenship award. And his elementary, he gave kindergartners tours of the elementary school. And that's a citizenship award where he is acknowledged for him stepping up and guiding forth the future. His contributions to the elementary school and bringing up the kindergartners there he once was at, he's helping to, shepherd them in to school just like he was done once upon a time. And that was a prideful moment for me because he was met with the same principal that had apprehension about him skipping a grade. And to see him excel, I got a picture with the principal because I wanted to make sure that he remembers the words that he said about my son being too young to skip. And it's okay because, again, him and the other teachers' concerns are valid. But again, I know my son. I know what he's got to face in the world, and that is getting him to skip. And he's a good, solid A-, B+ student. Even his teacher that he skipped into the grade said that he needed to skip. Now, we saw this after the decision was made, but again, my preparation for my son in private tutoring, you guys have seen the videos, and I've talked about this many a times that my kids have private tutoring, and we did that through the pandemic or plandemic, whatever you want to call it. We did that to make sure that they're learning. The audio might sound a little different right now because of some of my audio equipment just went out. That the learning done over the COVID time was so substandard that we had to implement our own systems in place. We actually had to put private tutoring in place so that way our kids would not fall behind. That's me as a parent, making sure that I prepare them for this future that the present was showing me they were going to have. When I saw that my children were going to be behind in learning, I said, okay, I got to step up as a father, as a parent, and do something about it. And I wasn't going to wait on the school system to figure it out. That is preparation. And that preparation started from the financial insulation that I built years ago, talking on this channel, showing you on multiple platforms how I'm getting ready for the time to come. That's my preparation. Now with my daughter, she has aspirations in the form of her sports. She wants to play softball. She wants to try to get a scholarship for softball. And I have to constantly talk to her about what she is doing to prepare for softball. You know, she pitched over the weekend. She's not a very disciplined pitcher. She can pitch well, but she's not consistent. She needs to work on that. Now, I, as a parent, have given her ways and opportunities to be able to train and get herself to practice more. But again, that practice is really only relevant to her ability to train on her own, to work on drills. And at 10 years old, she is not immune or excluded from the necessary preparations that are needed in order to train and prepare yourself for a sport that you want. Now, I as a parent can force her so long as I keep on top of her. But at night, if you want to play video games, you want to watch Netflix shows, and you don't want to work on drills, I cannot force you to become something good or not good. And I've explained that to her. At some point in her life, she's going to have to take the reins and ride the horse and guide it to her destination in life. I can't do that for her. I can't make you train. I can't make you practice. If you only want to practice when practice happens with the coaches, then that's fine. You're only going to be as good as your God-given talent and whatever abilities you pick up in the meanwhile. That's the preparation part. The earnings part, she already has money that she's earning now, but again, because she is not preparing herself, and that stems from, I'll get to that part next, where that stems from. She's not preparing herself to be able to go up in earnings. She's relying on, I'm just going to have fun, things like that. Well, she's in 6th grade now. She'll be in 7th, 8th, 9th, and at some point you have very little time to get serious in life. Not serious in life that you need to start paying rent or stuff like that, but you need to get serious about the fact that you are going to be faced with adult choices very soon. And in 6 years, just 6 years, my daughter will be out of high school. Yes. At 16 years old, she will be graduating high school because she skipped. And she has a late birthday. Her birthday's in May. So again, she is going to be faced with the world and everything it has to offer. She cannot make excuses, well, I'm only 17 and I'm in college. I'm only 18 and I'm a sophomore. I'm only 19, I'm a junior. I'm only 20, I'm a senior. She at 20 years old will have to go out into the world and compete. Even at 22, you got to go out the world and compete. You have to survive and thrive in order to make it in the world. And that's in all things. At 22 years old, she is going, and that's assuming she gets a master's, a 2-year master degree, she will be fully out into the world, ready for life. So if she does not get herself thinking about that, if no one is having the discussion, the mindset will never develop. So I'm using this as a prepping ground, her preparation, to get her to understand things that will become evident much closer when she's an actual adult, or 16 actually. I mean, that's a very precarious situation for me as a father to be in, but that's sometimes the unintended outcome or things you have to worry about when your children excel. But for you, if your children haven't skipped, it does not matter. You still have to have conversations to make sure as a parent, you are preparing your child, the P in the PEMDAS system, Remember, the PEMDAS system is based on that mathematical equation of how you do orders of operations. That is how I am preparing my child, using the same formula I'm telling you you need to use in your life. Her preparation is being made on my behest at letting her know, hey, we're going to work on this drill tonight, we're going to do this, and then she saw improvement, but she never carried it forward. That lets me know in the D of the PEMDAS system that her determination is not there. But it all stems from the mindset that she's still a child. She has not crossed into the level of becoming a prepubescent teen yet. She's starting. She's getting little things popping up here and there that I'm like, oh, that teen's about to come out soon. We're getting there. We're getting close. But again, my job as a parent is to put the P in place to prepare them. That is all the parents' job. That is our parents' job, to continuously prepare us for not only adulthood, what is middle age, what is elderly, until they leave the earth. They always have the benefit of having experience and wisdom that they should be preparing us for the next stage in life. It is not, you are 22, you're an adult now, get out of the house, and then that's it, you're good. And that is, again, if they are not in line with your leadership. Because again, if you are leading someone, they need to follow. I had that video before. Good leadership requires good followership. You need to have good followers. You cannot have people who are bad followers thinking that you're going to be a good leader for them when they actually are subverting your leadership from within. Can't do that. As most people are self-destructive in that way. I apologize in advance for the audio, but the message is clear. The message is what you should focus on. The audio had to change. Some equipment failure here on the road. Those things happen. You bear with me. The audio will be clear tomorrow, but this video must go live now. You must hear this message. For the earnings, I've already given my children a income based upon their work ethic within the organization of Ancestry Lands. They are paid. Right now, they have purchasing power. I've taken care of that. Mindset, determination, and preparation, in part, a part of preparation, can only be done on their behalf once they decide that they are going to prepare themselves. They're going to mentally keep in mind that they're determined to succeed in the things that they are not good at. My daughter is not an excellent softball player in a place where most parents have their kids in softball day and night. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have my kid in everyday softball and wear out her body very early. And I also have another responsibility to my other son, my youngest son, that I need to be home to spend time with him. All those things have to happen. I talked to her about getting into some of the school clubs because she has not had an interest in getting in them. And I told her again that getting into school clubs like they offer, and this is something as parents you probably need to pay attention to. They have robotics, STEM, they got reading clubs, they have all these clubs that your kid can be a part of. And she's like, I'm not interested in any of them. And I let her know, again, for college, you need some of these clubs in order to add to your resume as a qualified collegiate applicant. Understand what that means? You're going out for college, you're putting out an application. They're looking at what you have done. Are you what your scholastic score is, meaning your academic score is? How do you rank on the SATs? What sports do you play? What is your GPA? And again, do you play any music? Are you part of any clubs? Have you done any student council membership? You have to build your child's resume. Everybody who wants to be an NBA star or football star, it's 1% chance of happening. We already did the video with Coach Alex Coombs. We've gone through that. I've already given you videos that confirm the information that I'm talking about now. I'm telling you as a parent, you have to get your child ready for that. If you're a grandparent, then you've got to talk to your child to get your grandchild ready for that. These clubs matter. They have robotic clubs and STEM. It doesn't matter if your job can build a daggone SpaceX machine or they can build a block of Legos. Your child needs to be in the club. It doesn't matter how productive they are. These Ivy League schools, they want you to have STEM. I've gone over that with videos with Don Coombs, and
his wife, Lori, about what they're doing with their children in STEM. We've already had that discussion. Go back and watch that video. So again, I'm giving you the education. You have children, you need to think about giving them a better opportunity for the world they're going to grow up in. Because now you can't just be an Avon Coburn where you're the best one in the state and that's only going to get you through. We've done that video. Just because you go to the NFL doesn't mean that you're always going to be the top star in the NFL. And that's no slight to Avon. That's a tip to his hat that he can show you that there's a reality in the NFL that you don't see. That even if you make it into the NFL, you have to invest wisely. The mindset needs to be there. Now, he prepared. He trained. I watched. He had the mindset. He was determined to go to pros when he was in high school. I can edify that point. He had the access. His access was being in Holy Cross, a parochial school that was definitely fundamental. He was coached by people who played in the pros or was near pro level. So he had the ability of being coached by former NFL players as well as former people who coached on teams. And some of the coaches are actually coaches in the NFL still now. So he had accessibility, and he ended up becoming successful by making an NFL. But again, once you get to the NFL, the PEMDAS system resets again. So going back to my daughter and my son, who's also watching this, hell, the baby was sitting there. We have done the job of parents at putting them in an affluent area, giving them access. And I told my children the other day, again, this will work. I put you in a place for you to have access to affluence. It's up to you now. It's on you to do the work. In the words of Kevin Samuels, you got to do the work. Again, I've had that video with Josh Baez. You got to do the work. And just like Josh Baez said, that he said before, that I'm going to talk about now, is that a person's success is related or directly in correlation to how much truth they can accept. If my daughter cannot accept this as a truth, she will suffer because she will lose opportunity that has been given to her. She will waste it away. Nothing is worse in this world than wasted potential. And she has to develop the mindset, the determination, and that will lead to her becoming more prepared in life. And that is how the PEMDAS system relates to when you teach your children. Again, people may not realize this, but I've cracked open something that I truly believe is very fundamental. And I'm going to show you in ways, continuously show you in ways that using my PEMDAS system can actually benefit you, not only in your own life, but in your children's life and how you apply that. You using this PEMDAS system, you'll be able to analyze and look at how you can bullet point even a child understanding what they need to focus on in life. Because again, while earnings, the money component in the E in PEMDAS may not be prevalent right now, it will come into play at a later point in time. And the one thing you have to understand is that the PEMDAS system resets every time you get to a new level. The PEMDAS system resets every time you get to a new level. You get to a new level of accomplishment. Once you hit the success part, it starts back over. Because now, again, like I've said, you have to perform at that level. A new PEMDAS system is required for the level of difficulty. I talked about this in videos before. You go up to a new floor. It's like a video game. When you get to a new level, the difficulty changes, the strategy also changes, the solutions also change. Meaning the PEMDAS system itself changes. It's a new formula, a new way to solve is required. You've done math before. Sometimes there are parentheses there. Sometimes there are not. Sometimes multiplication is the first thing that you do. Your order of operation will always change, but you will still need to apply the PEMDAS in order to be successful. That's all I have to say for today, folks. Again, I'm just going to give you things that have happened in my real life that you can use, things that I have to do. I am no different in the fact that I might have a YouTube channel, but it doesn't mean that I don't have the same challenges that I need to be successful and prepare my children for the same thing you have to prepare yours for. We all have to prepare in life, and everyone has to make the same journey. Everyone is required to do the same thing in life, is to prepare to succeed. But you got to have the earnings, the mindset, the determination, and you definitely need the access to do it. So you could prepare and you could be successful, but without the rest of the formula, you'll never get to the S, folks. And that's all I have to say today. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, AncestryLands.com. I hope you've been educated, inspired, entertained, and I hope you've learned something. Remember, AncestryLands.com is where you can go and find your property. Remember, getting my book, Getting Dollars from Dirt, A Beginner's Guide to Vacant Land Investing. The link is in the description section below. Christmas is coming. It's a great gift to give someone who's looking to learn, even if they're looking to learn something that's new. It's a great gift. Link is in the description section below. It's on Amazon, less than 20 bucks. 55 pages of what you need to know, not marshmallow fluff. I didn't bloat the book up. I want to give you exactly what you need to know. You read that, we can have a conversation. Remember, folks, own property or you'll be owned as property. Ancestry Lands is where you go to buy your property. Get land now. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.